Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. My name is Bob Waldron, and in this video we're going to be having an inbox review of Hasegawa's F-22 Raptor. Now this is in 1/48 scale. It's been out a while. It was around about 2010 when it was first released, but still a relatively sort of newish tool. Rather expensive, but you do have to search around for price. You can sort of RP it around about the £75 mark ish, depending on what country you're sort of coming from, but an amazing kit at that. Now in this kit we've got our first bag, which is going to show off our sort of, well, the big main sort of surface area of this kit. It's two nice big pieces, the whole wing section, fuselage section, all coming into one. So if we just show you and bring you straight in on this, first off, I mean, we do have all sorts of surface detail going on with this kit. I mean, first off, you know, we do have recessed panel lines, we do have the recessed rivets, right, as you could see, but also, you know, we do have all this sort of raised surface detail. It's shall we say not so accurate, because I do believe on the real aircraft, you know, all this pattern work that's on here is actually sort of like a smooth surface. It's sort of painted on or something like that. It's not really raised. Well, there's not as much as this. Some of the F-35 kits that are out there are also very, very similar, which maybe it's a little bit of a letdown, but still, I mean, you know, if you want to do an F-22, this is definitely the kit for you. We've got a nice smooth surface on this. You know, so we should be all right. We do have some sort of you know, looks like it's been cut off a bit of a sprue there. That's going to need to be sanded down. Looking around some more, you know, it is looking rather good. On the underside, I mean, yeah, we've got you know, we shouldn't really have to worry about this, but it's just all sorts of, you know, places where you can join them all together. On the underside, right, we have a load of the same sort of detail, basically all over this kit. The way they've put this into like one big piece is kind of cool. This is a little bit on the flimsy side, this sort of nose section, but hopefully it should, well, it has a Hasegawa, it should fit rather well. And then, yeah, we've got some recesses, you know, same sort of surface detail. We've got some nice bags of detail at the back just here. Spraying this up and everything is going to be a bit of a pain. It's going to be one of those models where because all these sort of raised areas on here is a slightly different grey, it's going to look cool once you've done it, but actually sort of, I mean, going around or either hand painting or masking all them up, it's going to be quite a tedious task. But moving along, we have, let's just jump straight into the canopy section, right? And in the canopy section, I do believe you get two types of canopy. We have the nice smoked out canopy. Hopefully, as you can see there, looking all nice. We don't have any sort of flash going across the middle that you normally do, and you have to sand out, so that's rather nice. So it's kind of cool that they've given us this option. It's all nice and crystal clear, and then you also have the clear see-through option as well, which you might be able to see just here. It's a little bit scuffed on the top, and that's just down to packaging, rubbing in the box, little sort of rub there, but you can polish that up quite easily. And so Canopy's looking good. And then we've got some sort of rubber bits, it could be for like pylons or something like that. Then we have one big bag here full of an absolute load of sprues. Alright, so let's just open this up and start with the first sprue. So first off we have what looks to be our air intakes. Alright, looking all nice and smooth on the inside of the air intakes. I'm not seeing, it seems a little bit rough in there, feels a bit rough, so you might want to be, you know, sanding them out a little bit. But actually, you know, you've got no ejector pin marks in there or anything like that, so should be all good. We've got some wheel well detail just here, which is looking, you know, well detailed, with all sorts of rib work and wiring going on in there, and some panels and stuff. Rather cool. Right, so you got your usual sort of flaps and ailerons and stuff. More wheel well detail, which, you know, that is actually looking rather good inside there. Also some more detail just there. We then move along, and this looks like the weapons bay, right, which is full of detail, all sorts of wires and rib work and everything. Gonna look rather nice. Right, we have the cockpit just up here, which this is looking well detailed as well, with all sorts of buttons and panels and all that kind of stuff. Ejector pin marks, I mean, we do have some ejector pin marks just here. Whether that's going to be visible or not, or we might have to take care of that, I don't know, but you know, not the best. Then we have some wheel well doors, which again we've got an ejector pin mark just there. Oh yeah, we've got all sorts of ejector pin marks on those wheel well doors. Hasegawa does seem to do that a lot, and we've got some more doors here, again more ejector pin marks. It's almost kind of like the standard for Hasegawa. Depends if you know, you can live with that or not. We got more detail just here, right, more sort of internal detail with all these ribs and everything, looking really cool. All sorts of little bits for like landing gear and whatnot. We've got our ejector seat here, which has got some, you know, pretty good detail for out of the box. Some more of the ejector seat detail just there as well. We've got our instrument display panel, right, which has got a nice bit of detail in there. Hopefully there'll be some decals which we can put inside there, which would really sort of set that off. Nice bit of landing gear detail just here, which I'm not seeing any nasty ejector pin marks on them, which is rather good, because as I say, Hasegawa just seem to sort of mess that up a little bit. Then we have all sorts of, I do believe these are like the Bombay doors and stuff. Little bit of sort of raised detail on these also. It also looks like we've got some sort of more rib detail that could maybe be put on in places. I'm not sure where, but you know, it does look like we've got a load of lovely detail there. Our weapon bay doors, eject pin marks all over it, and looking very plain also. So you know, you might want to be sort of working on that a bit, but then, you know, we'll see how the instructions look. We've got our pilot here, which is, he's looking, you know, quite well detailed. You can see his uniform and everything going on with that rather nicely. Then we have the head, which it looks like we've got two types of helmets, right? So we've got a bit of a choice there to pick from. Then we've got two identical sprues just here, which on this sprue we have loads and loads of all sorts of little bits going on here, with sort of like engine exhaust detail, which has, you know, bits of recessed panel lines, does have some ejector pin marks on the inside, some looks like some weapons pylons just there, with all sorts of lovely recessed rivet detail along there. The kit's looking, you know, quite crisp. I mean, we're not really seeing any sort of nasty flash or anything like that, or any sort of sink marks. Right, we're looking good. We've got some missiles here. We got some fans for the engines. We've got our wheels. Not seeing much detail on there, but then here are the hubcaps, so there is a bit of detail going on there. Some more sort of internal engine detail stuff going on here as well. There are ejector pin marks again inside there, which, you know, this kit is very turning out to be quite ejector pin marky. How much of that ejector pin marks we're going to see is all dependent, but I think you're going to probably have to deal with some of it. Then we have this really nice big decal sheet, which as you can see, we've got all sorts of details on here. You know, there's like the different painted areas, we've got our markings, we've got you know, all sorts of like no step and no lift and whatnot, but it's all looking in registry, looking very clear, looking very crisp. I find that Hasegawa decals, you do need to sort of use you know, the Mr. Mark range to sort of get them to actually work. You know, micro cylinder set doesn't tend to work with these. We've got all like weapons bandings and stuff, which is rather cool. And I think you do get about 6 missiles with this, so that's not bad for Hasegawa, because they do tend to leave out a lot of the missiles. Then we have our instructions, whereby, you know, we've got that quick bit of a description about the instructions. We then start off with the cockpit area, looking pretty simple. Build a cockpit and put it in the top part of the fuselage section. More internal detail with like the weapons bay area, the 2 side weapons bay areas. Looks like there's tons and tons of detail going to be going in there, so that's going to be rather cool. We've got our engine section at the back, which, remember, we do have ejector pin marks in there. You're probably going to want to sort them out. Wheel well detail, that was looking really good in the kit. Then we've got all this sort of strut stuff to sort of probably stop those 2 halves sort of sinking in, which is kind of good because it adds that structure to the model. We've got our engine air intakes just here, and then we bring the whole 2 halves together, which kind of almost finishes the model basically. We do have the usual option of landing gear up or down. Then we have, here we go, the weapons bay doors. As you can see here, remember how there was like no detail on the weapons bay doors and it had ejector pin marks, but then there was all this sort of rib detail next to it. That there is going to go on top of the weapons bay doors to give them that detail that they really needed. Moving along, got your missiles, which actually it looks like you've got 6 AIM 120Cs and 2 AIM 9Xs, which is you know, really good to see Hasegawa doing that. Then we have all our sort of flaps, which you can have them moving. You've got your engine nozzles, they can sort of be moved in different positions. So I mean, if you didn't kind of like the whole ejector pin mark thing, you could probably close them so you couldn't see in there. And then apart from that, everything else is pretty simple. You've then got a whole bunch of markings in here for different sort of squadrons and stuff. You've got your decal placements, you know, what colours to use. Do they sort of recommend any? I'm not kind of quite seeing it, but really you're probably best sort of researching the colours. And I do know they have like that nice sort of little tiny metallic sheen to it, which you know, it's kind of good just go out and get like a metallic sort of like a medium and just lightly mist it all over, and it sort of gives it that sort of metallic look. So all in all, I mean, it's an F-22 Raptor, which would be a really cool aircraft to build. There's a lot of plastic for your money. It's going to be a big model. It's Hasegawa, so it should fit together rather nice. You've got all those lovely decals. You know, as you saw, you've got quite a bit of a problem with ejector pin marks. There's quite a few of them that you might have to deal with or hide, or maybe some you will see, won't see. But yeah, I think it's still a big thumbs up, and it should look like a really good sort of showpiece in anyone's display cabinet. And at the end of the day, when it comes to F-22 Raptors, Hasegawa is probably like the best one out there to go out and buy and build. Although it probably is the most expensive one to go out there and buy, it still is like the best one to build. So yeah, big thumbs up there for Hasegawa. So until next time, my name is Bob Waldron, this is Genesis Models, and I hope you've enjoyed.